All right, time out for Jeff's car culture.
got it,
Where did the full-page car ad go?
Well, we talked in the preview of the show that Mike and I were trying to coordinate some videos of some of the old car commercials, Dinah Shore, Chevrolet, the Bonanza Boys, all that. Couldn't really coordinate that, so we came up with this. They're static. These are actual magazine ads from back in the day. The first one that we've got is basically a vintage 1966 ad, and it's good deals back in the day is what it's called. No, that's not the right one, is it, Mike?
That's not a 66, I can tell you that.
But that's okay. Let's move on to this. This one, I believe, is, don't know what that is. That's the Chrome. Chrome had more Chrome in 1957. That's not even it. Move on to the next one, Michael.
It's a pretty picture.
Yeah, it is. This one is
the Cadillac.
Yeah, it's a Chrome and more Chrome is what that is. So you'd see that in a magazine ad. You'd be flipping through your with the ladies' magazines that they had back in the day. That would pop up. Look magazine. There you go. Look at that. Move on to the next one here.
The LaSalle.
The LaSalle. That one is the 1240. It's for $1,240. So you won't find that on Hemmings for $1,240. That's for sure. Nice little family.
Yes. What does it say? Something?
Now
go sailing on the highway?
Yeah.
Now we'll go sailing on the highway.
Yeah. As a Mercury 8 for $41. Look at that bad boy.
Yeah. Not a big fan, but whatever.
But it's the way they actually drew that picture, the rendering of it. That's pretty nice. You don't see
kind of like
the one thing that I've noticed on these, they actually didn't take a picture of the car. Somebody did a drawing.
It was like Bill Hite's making a rendering. Yeah. The artists back in the design shops of the actual manufacturer would make the pictures like you see in today's automotive car shows where they make an actual picture of the car. That's what they would do.
Mercury 8 for
Go ahead,
1941.
Mike.
Next up. Ooh, it's a Woody.
Yeah. Boston.
A hit in Boston and Buenos Aires.
Yep.
Get a little European flair there with the wooden sides on the wagon.
Yep. And, of course,
the other thing, almost all of them have got family members in them, either in the cars or even the drawings.
But you know who makes that? Jeep. It's a Jeep.
It is a Jeep.
So you could have a Jeep down.
Is it a Wagoneer?
That I don't know. But you could drive it from Boston all the way down
to Buenos Aires. That's right.
Yeah.
Stick it on the boat.
Well, no, I think, you could probably get there. Yeah, you have to cross the Panama Canal, put it on a boat. Okay. This is going well.
Yeah, okay. Nash. Which combined with Rambler, and it was called the Nash Rambler eventually.
And that's every engineer in the air, or every engineer the air. That's what it is.
We've re-engineered the air.
Yeah, something like that.
I guess because of its aerodynamic capabilities.
Yeah. And that big old front end looks like a fence.
It does.
Yeah,
it really does.
A cattle fence.
Not really attractive.
No.
And
no wonder
the
they
big
went out
flat
of business.
fenders, kind of like a back into the 40s, maybe even 30s.
That's for the coefficient.
The drag coefficient. That's right.
All right, Mike.
Next. I don't know how many you got there.
Oh, yeah, this is my favorite. This one is
blindfold test.
Yeah.
Opens eyes of motorists.
Yeah.
So you're driving blindfolded?
No, the driver's not blindfolded. Come on, look at the. You got to look at the picture, Mike.
I was trying to read it.
Why are we on this dirt road in the middle of nowhere and you got a shovel in your hand?
Because they're trying to demonstrate apparently the ride quality of it.
Right.
Ooh, rides like a Cadillac, but it's a Dodge.
It's a Dodge.
Yeah,
and why do you have rope?
And tape.
That's crazy. Thank you, Mike.
That didn't work out.
No, it didn't work out at all.
What happened?
Well, they were kind of different. They were not
in order.
I might have sent them the wrong ones.
Well, there was no order.
There was no order. Great. Yeah. Well, you know what? We need to try that again.
We'll do it again.
And I want newspaper ads.
Okay.
Of car dealerships.
All right.
They should be easy to find because I ran across one.
I'm on the same site.
I sent it with you.
Yeah.
I sent it over to you, but I was too late getting it to you to put on there.
Yep.
But I will tell you that it's funny because if you remember correctly, on the weekends, mainly on Saturday, the car dealerships used to run full-page newspaper ads for the cars.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that one there is the parts department at Kmart.
Yeah, that's the one you sent me.
Yeah, and and they had all of the prices, all of the cars on there. So you go there and say, "I want that car right there." Oh, I'm sorry, we sold that.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be difficult to do these days, especially with the new laws and the lawsuits.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it, but you'd have to do it online, I guess. But yeah, full page ads, all of the new cars, all of the used cars, and then there was always a big thing in there about oil changes this weekend or $9.95 or whatever it was.
And different grades of oil.
Yes,
Good, better, best on the oil.
Yep, all that, and you could also buy tires. Oh. I know at Richardson Chevrolet, guess what kind of tires we sold?
Don't know.
Armstrong tires.
Oh, boy.
They grip the road. Do you remember those ads? Armstrong tires?
Now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that was back in the day. Armstrong tires. Do they still make those? I bet you they don't.
That was Royal, wasn't it?
No. I don't think they make them.
Armstrong
but
tires.
It's something, we don't know.
Yeah. I thought, Armstrong on the side of the tire. Look at that. Yeah.
Famous.
Yeah.
You were proud.
I wasn't. I was embarrassed. Because, who would go at that time? You'd never go to the car dealership and buy tires unless they came in on a wrecker and you had no choice.
Collision shop or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for one thing, you don't think about it. And that's not where I would think about going to buy tires for my car.
Yeah. We are going to do driving destinations, but not right now, Mike.
Okay.
Okay. We have Jeff's cruise in, but first though, let's do driving destinations. I know that we teased that, so let's do that if you don't mind.
Where's that at, Michael?
So it's been a long time since I was over in Houston running around like in the previous life, but there was a lot of things to do over there. We talked about fun and play. Then we're going to talk about date night, trying to find something that's a little bit different for date night.
Without a gun.
Houston. Without a gun, hopefully. If not, be sure you go to a place that gives you one when you go in.
There you go.
So we're going to start with Captain Foxhart's Bad News and Bar Spirit Lounge. Now, if you're not sure where it's at because you're going to walk right past it, it's very speakeasy-ish looking. It's tucked away in an upstairs area in downtown Houston. It's kind of a moody cocktail spot, low lighting, vintage lounge vibes, and it's got a very nice hidden skyline view of the city from the patio area. The drinks are serious without getting pretentious. It's kind of a place where you might hang around a little bit longer than you might want to. Now, if you're looking for something a little different from that, you might go to something with a little weirdness. Go to Beetlejuice. Now, this is going to have your neon lights. You're going to have sci-fi decor. You're going to have creative cocktails and some pretty good pizza in this place. So it's kind of like a restaurant, but it's really not. It's more relaxed, quirky, and it's great for people that just want to go someplace, have a few laughs, and kind of sit through some unexpected experiences and just something to be different. Then from there, if you want to go something back to more quiet, more intimate, you check out La Carafe. This historic little wine bar, and it is historic because the building was built in 1847. The Kennedy Bakery is what used to be there, and the Kennedys actually owned this building for 5 generations before it was sold, and it's considered the most haunted bar in Houston.
Oh.
So you're going to have lots of candlelight, old brick walls. You're going to have handwritten tabs, not the computer touch screens. So there's no rush here. If you just want to go someplace that's nice and slow and have a real conversation, kind of feel a little bit different from the normal Houston nightlife that I'm aware of.
Get yourself a gin fizz.
La Carafe.
La Carafe.
So from there, if you want to stay casual but get outdoors a little bit more, you might go to the Axelrad Beer Garden. Now, this is a place that you're going to find. It's actually in the old Axelrod grocery that was built in the 1920s. So hence you get the name of the beer garden. You're going to have, it's going to be out underneath the trees. You got live music. You got food trucks nearby. So it's kind of a laid back crowd with some picnic tables and just kind of a place you can go settle in and hang around for a place just to kind of have a nice time in the evening.
Looks like you could probably take your dog with you to that type of event there.
Oh, you might could.
Yeah.
Then the other one, the last one I wanted to bring up was a place called the Little Dipper Bar. Now, this is small, it's retro, kind of low key. It's got that old Houston neighborhood bar energy with the vintage decor and a little relaxed atmosphere that kind of makes it easy to kind of go in and just settle down and have some light conversation and just have a relaxed evening if you're looking for something like that.
We got
Again, a lot
pinball
of these
machines
places,
too.
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of
Arcade.
these places are downtown. This one's downtown in the 300 block of Main Street. So there's a lot of places you can go for date nights. It's not necessarily about spending a lot of money and going out to a big fancy place. Just kind of take a little drive and find something different and see where things go.
Perfect.
Very nice. I like
Yeah.
that.
Me too.
Well, yeah. All right. Time now for this hour's car review. I had the opportunity to drive the all-new, completely redesigned 2026 Subaru Outback. It comes in these trim levels: the Limited XT, the Wilderness, Touring, and Touring XT. I had the Limited. It is a small SUV, 2 rows of seating, seats 5, completely redesigned for 2026. It's taller, it's boxier, it has a real honest-to-goodness SUV look to it now. Gone is the lifted wagon look. Sharp-looking front fascia on this, black plastic wheel well openings, very rugged looking, much more so than the outgoing model. Vertical bumper kick-ups. Now, we used to call them overriders back in the day. They don't call them that anymore.
kick-ups.
Yeah, so there's the bumper, and then you got little
Oh,
kick-ups
yeah. Okay.
on the bumper
Gotcha.
itself. It's got a,
There,
obviously
like that.
that's it. Yes, you see there. It is a much taller roof line now. What I liked about it, it enhances an overall tougher off-road look. That's the way I look at it anyway. We could use improvement, nothing. I think that this one will really sell and get away from that lifted wagon look. Interior highlights: 12.3-inch display screen, and depending on the trim, it could be kid-proof or semi-luxury on the interior as far as materials are concerned. Door panel trim. Most cars, this one in particular, transfers the door panel cover, if you want to call it that, to the dash. And I think is a good, unique touch to it. Rear seat leg room is good. Cargo room is enough, and it is competitive for its class. What I liked about it, the return of buttons. Don't laugh, but everybody seems to be going to this. Oh, let's not put any buttons in it. Let's do it all through the app.
The app stuff.
Yeah, on the center screen. Well, that's fine if you're sitting still, but if you're driving down the road and you want to include, a little bump up in the temperature, let me have a button for that if I may have.
Bump up in the base.
Bump up in the base, that as well. So anyway, they have buttons now, and that's good.
Yeah, it is.
2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, 180 horsepower. Now there is an option. It's a 260 horsepower version of it. Better for towing and that sort of stuff. CVT transmission, all-wheel drive, courses standard on all of the Subarus. Tow rating 2,700 pounds for this particular one. 25 miles per gallon in the city, 31 on the highway for a combined of 27. I got 29.2 miles per gallon over 398.9 miles. What I liked about it, this is good for overall everyday driving on Houston streets. So don't take it for just off-road stuff. This is good for all-round goodness when you're driving it to work or whatever the case may be. What could use improvement? I think that the downshift is a little bit slow to interact with the foot input, but that's just me because I am a 2-foot kind of guy, even with an automatic transmission. Ride and handling, it's compliant, it's good, it's not too stiff. What could use improvement? I put a question mark there because I don't know, because it rides really well and handles pretty good. Now, I did not take it off-road, so there is that. So here's the pricing. Base trim price, $41,715. Prices tested, $43,560. The base model price is $34,250. $995. I think they're going to sell a ton of these. Competitors, Honda Passport in size, but not in price. Make that $44,950. The Chevy Blazer, it starts at $34,300. It would probably be its closest competitor. The Mazda CX-70, they like it as well at $42,250. So the price competitor really and size is the Chevy Blazer at $34,300. Again, the base model price is $34,995. Next week, we're going to review the Kia Telluride.
So the 29 miles plus per gallon, I know that you take a certain highway to work back and forth, but you didn't do any extra usage during the week on it.
I did. And that goes with all of the stuff that I drive. The most mileage goes back and forth to work, and it's about 40 miles one way.
Would that mileage suffer if you were off-road? Obviously it would. If you're going the Outback trails, you wouldn't get the 29 or 30.
Well, I'm not sure because it's got the CVT transmission. So it's not one of those that, we got to put it in the low. Maybe you can hold it in a lower gear ratio kind of thing with a CVT. I didn't get into all of that.
Okay.
Isn't there still a lot of construction on your way to work?
There's not.
Oh, okay.
No, that's on your way to work, Mike, not.
Oh, well, I was just going to suggest maybe he could jump a few ditches and kind of go around some of that stuff to kind of test the off-road capability.
Yeah, I'm sure that Subaru would really appreciate that. Hey, who
thought.
drove this car last? Oh, it was Don Armstrong. Oh, he won't be getting into
He went
cars
off-road.
anymore. There is that. All right.